What a series this has been for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Coming into Philadelphia, everyone knew it was going to be a battle. The Phillies have one of the loudest, most passionate fan bases in all of baseball, and Citizens Bank Park during the playoffs, that place shakes. But the Dodgers walked in there, blocked out all the noise, and came away with 2 straight wins to take full control of the National League Division Series. That's not just big, that's massive. Freddie Freeman said it best after Game 2. Sitting in the locker room, Kike Hernandez looked over and said, "We just took 2 here." And that hit different, because before the series even started, the goal was simple. Take 1. Just grab a win on the road, head back to Los Angeles, and you're in great shape. But to take both? That's something else entirely. Freeman talked about how difficult it is to win in Philadelphia, calling it one of the hardest places to play, not only during the regular season, but especially in October when everything is louder, sharper, and far more intense. Winning both games in that environment sends a message. It says this Dodgers team isn't just talented, it's mentally tough, composed, and battle-tested. The Phillies have been one of the scariest lineups in the postseason, with a rotation many consider the best in baseball. Yet, Los Angeles handled it. They found ways to score, to silence the crowd, and to execute in moments that easily could have slipped away. And when you can take both games in Philadelphia against that kind of opponent, you set yourself up beautifully. The Dodgers now head back home with 2 chances to close out the series in front of their own fans. And that's the kind of momentum that can carry a team straight to the National League Championship Series. Game 2 had everything you'd expect from October baseball: tension, drama, and that heart-pounding uncertainty that keeps everyone on edge. The Dodgers were up 4-1 heading into the bottom of the 9th, but no lead feels safe against the Phillies. Blake Treinen gave up a single and a couple of doubles, and just like that, the tying run was standing on second base with no outs. The crowd was going crazy, the noise was deafening, and every Dodgers fan watching had their heart in their throat. Then came one of the most brilliant defensive plays you'll ever see, the will play that might end up defining this entire series. Bryson Stott tried to bunt Nick Castellanos over to third, a smart move in that situation. Max Muncy charged hard to field the bunt, while Mookie Betts broke toward third to cover the bag. It all happened in a split second. Muncy scooped the ball cleanly, fired to third, and Mookie applied the tag just in time to get Castellanos. It looked simple in real time, but it was anything but. Dodgers manager Dave Roberts later said they'd never even practiced that play, not once in spring training, not once all season. It was pure instinct, communication, and trust. Roberts mentioned he had told Mookie before the at-bat that Stott was likely to bunt, and they decided to take a risk. "Run the will play," he said. "Max, be aggressive. Mookie, get there fast." And somehow, in the heat of the moment, they pulled it off perfectly. Mookie disguised the play so well that even Phillies manager Rob Thompson admitted afterward that his team didn't pick up on it. Normally, when a team runs a will play, the runner can see it developing and adjust, maybe pull back the bunt and swing, or place it differently. But Betts broke so late and so smoothly that Stott didn't have time to react. By the time he dropped the bunt, the trap was already set. Betts got a third, caught the throw, made the tag, and held on as Castellanos slid hard into him. That's the kind of play that doesn't always show up in highlight reels, but completely changes a game. After the out, the Dodgers still weren't out of danger. Harrison Bader came in to pinch hit and delivered a single that could have tied the game if not for that earlier play at third. Alex Vizca then forced a grounder for a force out, and when the Phillies brought up the top of their lineup, Roberts made another bold call. He turned to Roki Sasaki, the young flamethrower, to get the final out. 2 pitches later, Sasaki got Tree Turner to ground out to second, and Freddie Freeman made a tough pick out of the dirt to seal it. The Dodgers survived, held on, and took that crucial 2-0 lead in the series. But let's go back to that will play for a second, because that's the kind of baseball brilliance that doesn't happen by accident. It's timing, awareness, and chemistry. Freeman explained afterward how even before the bunt, they were all talking through what might happen. If he bunts to third, Freeman said, "Max throws to Mookie, Tommy goes to first, and I'll sprint to second base in case the ball doesn't come my way." That's high-level communication under pressure, with everything on the line. When you watch the replay, you can see Freeman actually sprinting towards second, just in case. That kind of preparation and anticipation is what separates a good team from a championship-caliber team. And you can't overlook Mookie Betts' growth as a shortstop this season. This is a guy who was known as an elite right fielder, a multiple-time Gold Glove winner, and now he's out there at short, making plays that most players who've been in that position for years would struggle to make. Roberts called him a baseball player, one of the highest compliments he gives, because that play wasn't about raw athleticism. It was about instincts, intelligence, and the ability to process everything happening in front of him in a fraction of a second. Betts has taken a shortstop like he's been there his whole life, and moments like that prove it. Freddie Freeman said something that really sums it all up. He talked about how the wheel play had actually been in their minds for a couple of weeks. They discussed it in theory, thinking it could be useful in a tight spot, but they hadn't practiced it live. And then suddenly, when the pressure was at its peak, they executed it flawlessly. That's not luck. That's trust between teammates. Freeman even mentioned that the matchup helped. Castellanos isn't the fastest runner, so they knew they had a small window to make it work. But still, everything had to go perfectly. The bunt had to be fielded cleanly, the throw had to be accurate, and Mookie had to beat the runner to the bag. It's the kind of play that doesn't win awards or make the nightly highlight reels, but inside the clubhouse, they know how big it was. For the Dodgers, that moment could end up being the turning point of the entire postseason. Plays like that don't just save games, they build belief. Every player in that dugout saw how they handled the chaos, how they trusted one another, and how even under pressure, they stayed locked in. You can feel that shift in confidence. This team has been chasing another World Series title for a few years now, and moments like that are exactly what championship runs are built on. Now, as the series heads back to Los Angeles, the Dodgers are in full control. They only need one more win to advance, and they'll have Yoshinobu Yamamoto on the mound for Game 3. The Phillies will counter with Aaron Nola and possibly Ranger Suarez, but make no mistake, the Dodgers have the momentum, the crowd, and the confidence. They've already done the hardest part, winning twice in Philadelphia. Now, they just need to finish the job at home. This series has shown exactly who the Dodgers are. A team that can hit, pitch, defend, and think their way through games. They're not panicking under pressure. They're embracing it. Whether it's Freeman's leadership, Muncy's quick reactions, or Betts' brilliance at shortstop, every piece is falling into place at the perfect time. And that's what makes October baseball so special. It's not just about talent. It's about execution, trust, and the moments when everything hangs in the balance and someone steps up to make the impossible look routine. Back in Los Angeles, the energy feels completely different. Dodger Stadium is buzzing with anticipation. Fans are ready to witness their team close out the series, and the players know they have a golden opportunity to punch their ticket to the next round. Everything about this moment screams confidence. The Dodgers have been in this position before, but what stands out now is how complete this team feels. They're not just relying on stars. Every single player has had a moment to shine. From the bullpen to the bench, everyone seems locked in, and that makes them dangerous. Yoshinobu Yamamoto steps onto the mound for Game 3 with a calm that's become his signature. For someone in his first major league postseason, he carries himself like a veteran who's been through this stage countless times. His mechanics are clean, his tempo's steady, and when he's in rhythm, his stuff looks nearly unhittable. The Dodgers know if he gives them 5 or 6 strong innings, their bullpen can handle the rest. Facing him will be Aaron Nola, who has been outstanding for Philadelphia this season, but he's going to have to deal with an offense that's been patient, disciplined, and opportunistic. The Dodgers have shown that they don't need to hit the ball out of the park to win. They're stringing together at-bats, drawing walks, and putting pressure on defenses. And that's been one of the most underrated aspects of this team, their ability to adapt. Early in the season, when injuries and lineup changes tested them, they figured it out. Players like Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman have taken on more than just their regular roles. They've become the glue that holds everything together. Mookie transitioning to shortstop mid-season wasn't just a positional change. It was a statement about how much he's willing to do for this team. You see him turn double plays, you see him back up throws, and you realize that he's redefining what it means to be versatile. Freeman, on the other hand, continues to be the steady heartbeat of the lineup. Whether it's working deep counts or coming up clutch in big moments, he sets the tone for everyone else. Then there's Max Muncy, who's been quietly delivering both defensively and offensively. That will play in Game 2 might end up being remembered as one of the smartest defensive moments in recent Dodgers history. But Muncy's focus at the plate has also been huge. He's not chasing as much, he's driving balls to all fields, and that's opening up space for hitters behind him. The Dodgers lineup doesn't give pitchers a break. There's no soft spot, no easy out. Even players coming off the bench, like Kike Hernandez and Chris Taylor, are finding ways to make an impact. It's that depth, that sense of shared responsibility, that separates championship teams from contenders. The bullpen, too, deserves massive credit. After some rocky stretches earlier in the season, they've locked in. Blake Treinen had a rough ninth in Game 2, but he's been lights out more often than not. Alex Vizca came in with the game on the line and executed perfectly. And Roki Sasaki, what a moment for him. 2 pitches, 1 ground out, game over. It's easy to forget how young he is because of how composed he looks on the mound. His command, his confidence, his ability to get ground balls when needed, it all fits perfectly with what the Dodgers want out of their pitching staff. But before we move forward, don't forget to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest news about the Los Angeles Dodgers. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the news, so drop a comment below. Rumors have turned into reality as whispers around the league finally explode. Jose Ramirez is reportedly set to join the Los Angeles Dodgers. Sources close to the team claim that the historic signing, which has been brewing in backrooms and front offices for weeks, is now confirmed. The baseball world is buzzing with speculation, and the Dodgers fans can hardly contain their excitement. Ramirez, widely regarded as one of the most electrifying talents in the league, has been the subject of intense trade talks throughout the season. Analysts have long debated whether a player of his caliber would remain with his former team or make a blockbuster move, and it seems the Dodgers have finally won the race. Although contract details are still under wraps, insiders hint at a deal that could shake the league's hierarchy for years to come. The buzz is palpable on social media, where fans are already crafting highlight reels in anticipation of Ramirez's first swing in Dodger blue. Speculation over his role in the lineup has begun. Will he anchor the middle infield, or will the team shuffle positions to maximize his power and agility? Whatever the configuration, the Dodgers are expected to become an even more formidable force in the upcoming season. Meanwhile, rival teams are reportedly scrambling, trying to counter the move that could redefine championship expectations. Industry insiders suggest this signing is more than a roster upgrade. It's a statement. Los Angeles is signaling to the rest of Major League Baseball that they're not just contenders, but a team willing to make audacious moves to dominate the league. If Ramirez can replicate his previous form and adapt seamlessly to the Dodgers' high-pressure environment, the narrative of the season could change overnight. Will he become the missing piece that propels Los Angeles to another World Series? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain. The rumor mill has never been this exciting, and Dodgers Nation is ready to roar. Stay tuned. The next chapter in baseball's blockbuster saga has just begun. That's all for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay up to date with exclusive news about the Los Angeles Dodgers, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We always appreciate your comments and feedback. See you in the next video.